If you're the sort of person who stays awake at night counting velociraptors rather than sheep, then this is the video for you, because we're going to count down some of the best TV shows and movies to feature dinosaurs. Yes, indeed, we're going to have a raucous time. You said you wouldn't say that. Well, I have now. Right? Let's get on with it. Hello and welcome to Screen OD. I hope you're having a good day and thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who has been writing and talking about TV, movies and entertainment for, well, nearly 15 years now. If you're not new to the channel, then, well, hello again. It's good to see you and thanks for coming back. You could tell anyone who's new that it's a good idea to subscribe to Screen OD if you want all the best content direct to your feed. If you do subscribe today as well, please write in the comments below, I subscribe, just so I can say hello and welcome to the Screen OD community and find out if there's TV shows and movies that you particularly like, because then we can maybe make videos about them in the future. This is all about you, this channel. It's all about what you want to see. Right, and today we know that you want to see dinosaurs, and you don't just want to see any old dinosaurs, you want to see the best dinosaurs in TV and movies. Luckily, there have been lots of fantastic productions over the years that have featured dinosaurs. So we're going to look at 10 of the very best. Shall we start? Yes, let's start. And I'll tell you where's the best place to start: the beginning.
Our son is out there!
Bring him back.
I will.
Get down!
Welcome to paradise.
Come on!
Now, this first one on the list will amuse anyone who knows me, because it's something that I talk about quite a lot in the world of dinosaurs and TV, but actually a lot of people don't remember it, and those who do don't always remember it as fondly as I do. But the show is Terra Nova, which in 2011 was a big deal because it was exec produced by Steven Spielberg, who dino fans in screen terms will know was the man who brought Jurassic Park to life, one of the great dino adventures of our time. Now, Terra Nova tells the story of people living in the 22nd century when things are kind of gone fairly wrong and it's all kind of dystopian and bad, and they have decided to go back to prehistoric times through a kind of portal thing and colonize the prehistoric world. And the Shannon family are at the very center of this journey in Terra Nova, and this series is about their adventures in prehistoric times, living when men, women, children and dinosaurs all lived together. However, they don't necessarily always live in harmony. But this is a great show if you like seeing dinosaurs and you like to imagine what it might have been like to see dinosaurs and humans living together. Sadly, there's only one season of it, but that season is definitely worth your time. So why don't you go and watch Terra Nova and get your dino gear into, well, at least second or third gear before we move on to some of the really big dino movies and TV shows. Next up, we move from the small screen to the big screen, although of course a lot of people probably only watch this on the small screen. It is of course the 2015, of course, I don't know why it's of course, it is the 2015 film The Good Dinosaur, which is a Pixar film, and actually I think one of the less rated Pixar films in the terms of the ones that people always talk about. I think it was slightly overshadowed by the release of Inside Out. I think it came out about the same sort of time. But The Good Dinosaur is a charming film about Arlo and his journey with a human as he goes through many adventures. And as you would expect from a Pixar film, there are lots of lessons to be learned for you in as an audience member, because these films always have a nice message behind them. It's a lovely piece of CGI. It's obviously not trying to be photorealistic like some of the dinosaur films that we'll talk about, but it brings alive the world of dinosaurs in a way that is very Pixar, is very charming and is very, very beautifully crafted. So definitely one for the list.
George Lucas and Steven Spielberg present a Don Bluth film, The Land Before Time.
Now, when we talk dinosaurs and we talk about screen dinosaurs, there's always one man who seems to be there or thereabouts. And this is another one that involved Mr. Steven Spielberg. But not just Steven Spielberg. Why don't you add on to that Star Wars George Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy? Yep, of course, I'm talking about The Land Before Time, which is the 1988 animated classic all about dinosaurs. This, again, a very charming film. And instead of it being CGI, instead of it trying to make dinosaurs look like they're part of the real world that we live in, this is a really nice piece of animation and a very nice story to boot. So definitely a film if you like dinosaurs that gives you a slightly different perspective on the world of dino action.
The boy's experience proves that there's a concrete landscape on the other side of the anomaly, and I think it's the Earth many millions of years ago.
After the success of the reboot of Doctor Who in the UK in 2005 by the BBC, ITV, who are the big commercial channel in the UK, were looking for a family-friendly, exciting, adventure sci-fi show that could compete with Doctor Who. And they came up with, in the late 2000s, Primeval, which is a show that explores the idea, and yes, once again, it's about humans and dinosaurs' lives intersecting, about there being kind of leaks in time from prehistoric time where dinosaurs and other creatures are starting to move into the modern world. This is a very well-loved show amongst sci-fi fans, but also a loved show amongst dinosaur fans because it's got lots going on. It runs for quite a long time. There's plenty to watch of it, and it's a show that has action as well as plenty of intrigue. Now, when cinema goers went to see the film for the first time in the 1930s, yes, that was a long time ago, the spectacle of King Kong fighting dinosaurs on Skull Island was probably something that was very, very impressive. Now, when you see it in the modern age, it doesn't look quite as impressive with the advent of CGI, computerization, and all the technology that comes with it. However, King Kong still is one of those films that has a very, very famous dinosaur scene in it. And in my opinion, the 2005 version of it, made by Peter Jackson, he of Lord of the Rings, starring Naomi Harris, has probably the best dinosaur versus King Kong action for screen fans still today. So if you're looking for a film that isn't all about dinosaurs, but certainly has some iconic dinosaur action in it, King Kong, and the 2005 version especially, is one that I think you should head for.
65 million years ago. A very different world. A world ruled by dinosaurs.
In 1999, the world was basically still a bit dino crazy after the Jurassic Park revolution had been started on screen, and of course you had the sequels coming down the line, which, you know, weren't quite as impressive, but there was still a lot of Jurassic Park in people's lives, and I think that's why Walking with Dinosaurs in 1999, which was a big BBC hit, was a great story that needed to be told, in the sense that it was a natural history approach to dinosaurs. It wasn't a drama, it wasn't a show imagining crazy things going on with humans riding on the back of dinosaurs and all the sorts of things that you might see in some of our other productions. This was a show that looked at the life of dinosaurs, tried to make it feel as real as it could, tried to take the viewer to a place tens of millions of years ago, but look at the habitats that they lived in, look at the way that they moved, look at the family groups, look at the way they hunted. And this was a spectacular piece of television that was shown in the UK with narration from Sir Kenneth Branagh, and in the US I believe it was screened on Discovery with the narration by Avery Brooks. It's a show that if you haven't already seen, I would definitely recommend you go and check out if you enjoy dinosaurs.
Introducing the fabulous Raquel Welch as Loana the Fair One. John Richardson as Tumac.
Now, this is one that's probably now would be seen at the more silly end of the kind of dino films. 1 million years BC, which clearly was a time when humans didn't live with dinosaurs because there never was a time that they lived together. However, that is a theme that seems to develop in quite a lot of these dinosaur films and shows. And if, you know, you want to go down the route of it couldn't ever have happened, you know, I think Jurassic Park's probably got some issues as well. But anyway, this is a British film from 1966 that has a huge amount of fun, a huge amount of character. It's got stop motion dinosaurs, and when people would have seen it in the 60s, I'm sure it looked absolutely spectacular. Raquel Welch at the center of it, trying to escape from these kind of beasts that are roaming the lands. This is a really interesting, fun piece of cinema, and it deserves its place on the list, not only because it's a great film and fun film, but also because of the way it paved the road to more dinosaur action in cinema terms. Right, we're getting closer to the end now, and just a quick reminder, if you are enjoying the video, why not hit that big dino-shaped like button? It's not dino-shaped, I don't know if that's even possible, but if it is possible, please do leave in the comments below how you might do that. And at the moment, have all your favourite movies and TV shows been included on this list? If not, if you've got suggestions, do write them below. They might come up still, but you know, you probably have some that I haven't thought of, or just happen to resonate with you for whatever reason. The next one on my list is it's a good one. It's Jurassic World. Jurassic World is not the immediate sequels to the Jurassic Park films. Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3, I think, many people would say didn't really live up to the immense hype of Jurassic Park, or the quality in many ways. However, Jurassic World was an homage to everything that Jurassic Park offered. It was, to all intents and purposes, it felt almost like a remake of Jurassic Park. It was set 20 odd years after the events of Jurassic Park. When they go back to the park, it stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. They go back to the park, and you know, has the dream come true? Have they finally found a way to run a dinosaur park and everyone live in harmony? Now, of course, we all know what the answer is going to be there, but the way that this film is put together, the way that it calls back the original, the way that the story flows, and it takes you on an adventure which, for those who love the original film, will feel like they're very much connected to, and for those who are watching it for the first time, get to live the magic of the Jurassic Park dream. This Jurassic World is a fantastic film, and one that should definitely be very near the top of the list of any dinosaur lover who enjoys big screen action. Most of the content around dinosaurs on TV and in the movies tends to be kind of fictionalized, and is often incredibly entertaining, but we know isn't really that realistic. There may be dinosaurs that look quite realistic, but the stories that are told around them probably couldn't and wouldn't happen.
Some creatures could be called magnificent, or monstrous. Perhaps misunderstood. But only a few creatures who roam this earth could be called all three.
Just like Walking with Dinosaurs that was made in the late 90s, this is a natural history documentary, and it comes from the BBC Natural History Unit working with David Attenborough, the people who have brought you some of the biggest and the best natural history documentaries that have ever been made. From Planet Earth all the way through Frozen Planet, Green Planet, you name it planet, they have done it. They've made these exceptional documentaries that have changed the way that people see natural history documentary making, and have been imitated by many along the way. But the originals and the best do tend to come from the BBC with David Attenborough narrating, and this is no exception. The only difference with this one is that it's also connected with Apple TV Plus, the deep-pocketed streaming giants who have allowed it to be even bigger in budget and scope than perhaps some that have gone before, and that's the place that you can go and watch it. This is a natural history documentary with photorealistic dinosaurs that really does drag you kicking and screaming 60 million years plus back into a world of dinosaurs living as family groups, swimming across water, living on deserts, living in ice. This is framed in the same way that all of the great natural history documentaries are, and you will have jaw-dropping entertainment and you will learn stuff about the world of dinosaurs from watching this exceptional series. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about this series, there is a full review that you can watch up there somewhere. Go and click on that and you can enjoy the full review. But take my word for it, this is a splendid piece of television and one that dino fans just can't miss. And so our journey comes towards the end with our final movie and or TV show that has dinosaurs in it. But what's it going to be? Well, of course, it probably doesn't take an Ian Malcolm to work out what this film is. It's, of course, the greatest ever screen production with dinosaurs. It is, of course, Steven Spielberg's masterpiece based on Michael Crichton's book, Jurassic Park.
Call them aliens. Tell them to send the damn helicopters.
I can't get Jurassic Park back online.
Yeah, that's nice. Gotta go.
Come on, we gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here.
The only thing that matters now are the people we love.
Which is just a delay. That's all it is. All major theme parks have delays.
Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
The film, which came out in 1993, stunned the world with a brilliant piece of computerized dinosauridry, which still today looks almost as good as some of the big budget productions that try to bring dinosaurs to life. But beyond that, it was also a film that captured the imagination of everyone who saw it. It was a phenomenon far beyond many films that I've ever seen. I remember going to a Jurassic Park themed barbecue in the park with a friend before we went and saw the film dressed as dinosaurs, and we weren't the only ones, because this was a film that really did grip the world when it came out and made people think, could it happen? Could it happen? I think the answer is probably no, it couldn't happen. But the point is, John Hammond's dream of having a dinosaur park where these dinosaurs come to life and there's a coupon day where maybe you could afford to go. Ian Malcolm's stories of life finding a way, the performances of people like Jeff Goldblum, of Laura Dern, of Sam Neill, and of course the late great Sir Richard Attenborough made this into a film that is iconic on so many levels, not just for its dinosaurs, but for its storytelling, for its adventure, for its action, and its legacy is one that we still see today, not just the sequels that came in the immediate years afterwards, but the rebooted series in the shape of Jurassic World. Yes, Jurassic Park for me is the greatest dinosaur production that has ever been staged, and I don't think that there's going to be too many arguments about that in the comments. However, if you do think that there's something better than Jurassic Park, or if you think there's things that are missing from this list, please do let us know in the comments, because I'd be interested to know what those shows are. But for now, I'm off to watch Jurassic Park for probably the 150th time, and I'm sure everyone watching this video has seen it quite a lot of times as well. If you haven't, for goodness sake, go and watch it. And if you have, please enjoy watching it again. And let me know if it made you smile for the 100th time, because I'm sure that it will. Right, that's all we've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, why not hit that like button? Because then more people get to see this content, and, you know, everyone has a better time in the Screen OD community. If you haven't subscribed yet and you've got this far, come on. You've done the hard work. You've watched the video. Why not now? Hit the subscribe subscribe button and you'll get more brilliant content direct to your feed. Until next time, go check out the other videos on Screen OD and have a fantastic day. We'll see ya.